Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video guys, I'm going to be talking about something that I've noticed a lot of people come at me with. Don't usually share when it comes on to the subject, and the subject matter is God. I notice I get a lot of attacks for speaking about God and my beliefs and my faith. And I've noticed these attacks keep coming, which I understand, which is what I'm going to share now, because people don't really see behind behind the smiles and all of that. So they just think that you're just so heavenly minded that earthly good, but they don't know that you go through your own personal struggles with your faith, etc. So I'm just going to tell you how it is really, the real truth, how I feel about God and where God and I are at the moment. Also guys, if you've noticed, I've been changing up my intro songs so much. It's because it's a nightmare with these copyright. Each time I make an intro song, each time I choose an intro song and it keeps saying that it's no copyright, I end up getting flagged. So that's the reason why you see I keep changing the songs. So I'm just trying to find the perfect song. Hopefully this song will stick and I don't have to change it again. So that's really the reason why you keep seeing different songs when it comes on to my intro video. All right, guys? So let's get started. So in the past couple of weeks, guys, and especially recently, there's a video that I uploaded a couple months ago, and it started to circulate again. So I started to get a lot of views from it. A lot of people come at me because in that video, I spoke about God and what I believe, and I believe that God is using it. And I spoke about God being in charge, God being in control of the situation, and so on. So of course, there are gonna be the many who, came at me because for them, they felt like I was speaking about God. I was giving God the glory for where glory didn't deserve. So I thought I'm gonna come with this video, even though I'm not fully up and running when it comes on to YouTube, because I'm still recovering. These days I don't really feel so well. I feel sick most of the days. Maybe it's the medication, but I'm not really feeling great, guys. It's just been hell with the pain and all of that. But I'm gonna bring this video forward. Basically, a lot of people spoke about their disbelief in God. So what I want to point out first is that I understand. I'm not one to come and bash anybody or tear people down for their beliefs, because I always believe you should believe in what you believe in. And believe me, guys, I understand. A lot of people are frustrated, especially in these times. There's a lot of things that are going on. There's a lot of things that don't make sense. The world is upside down. Right is becoming wrong and wrong is becoming right. Everything is just questionable. And people are frustrated and people don't really want to hear. Most people don't want to hear about God. Some of us stay firm and we still keep trusting. But a lot of people, they're just over it. For them, God don't exist. And for them, that's just really it. So anybody comes up and talk about God, they get frustrated. Now, I understand that. But when someone comes at me and attacks me for my belief, I just know that it's really something inside of them that is just crying out. When it's like your parents, they haven't done something and you're just mad at them until they give you answers to something that you want to know. I think a lot of people are going through that. They say they don't believe in God, but I think deep down they just haven't had the experience of God, and they just want to make sense of a lot of things, because most people expect God to be more practical than, for a lot of people it's too fictionary, which for a lot of us, which is what I'm going to get into, for a lot of us it's not fiction. We've actually had experience of God, and that is why we believe. For some of us, we just follow what we grew up on. So it's just various reasons why people believe. No, believe it or not, guys, I'm gonna say this. I usually tell my mom, she doesn't like to hear it, but I think it's a healthy expression. It is healthy because it just shows you how human we are and how sometimes, when we get blindsided or when we get so caught up in our own feelings, we can miss the mark. But guys, for the past 2 years, I've been struggling with my faith. I was struggling. For the past 2 years, I was struggling with my faith. Mainly because I was just upset. I was mad at God. I was mad at everything that was happening. I've had a couple of feelings for the last 2 years. A lot of things just blew up in my face, and a lot of things did work out. So, but for me, it was more of, God, why did you allow this to happen? If you knew that was going to happen, then why do you allow this to happen? So it was a lot of frustration with that. So I had my qualms. I was frustrated. I think I reached a point where I started to, I would say I blasphemed. I cussed. I just got so mad. But I think a lot of us, and this is something that I've realized and I've started to look into, a lot of us, we make decisions, and it's something that I come to a realization. Our idea of God is that God is, a mastermind that takes our hands and he just pushes us to the next move and pushes us. And the devil is someone who takes our hands and pushes us to the bad moves and pushes us to the negative moods. But I've realized that God, it's really your move. So God can have things lined up for you. God has a purpose for you. But it's really the moves that we make. So a lot of times, most of our frustration is coming from the decisions we make. A lot of times, sometimes when you look back and you're saying that you did get some in that wasn't right, and you still pushed ahead based on your emotions or based on what you feel you want best for you. A lot of times when we fight that old instinct and we make a mess, we say, God didn't do this. The same way, when we see things happening, a lot of times we blame the devil for everything. And this is where it just gets tricky, because the devil cannot force you to do anything. The devil is not someone who takes your hand and puts you into a hot fire. Everything is down to your choices. So same way, a lot of times, you see the wrong, we end up do it, and then we say the devil make we do it, and the devil does not make us do nothing like that. Because the same way like God, it's down to your choices. God can have a plan. Same with the children of Israel. The Lord has had a plan for them to come out of the wilderness, and they made a mess of it. A lot of people would say, if God sees everything, why allow everything to happen? That's for another video, which I'll go into, because I want to, give people some insights into my own headspace. Guys, let me tell you something. I'm one of the most down-to-earth, radical girls you will ever know. I have sat down with Rastafarians, I've sat down with Muslims, I've sat down with every single religion you can think of. I do not judge religion. I just know at the end of the day, for most of us, I cannot run from something that's true for me. My faith, as much as I'm frustrated, I've been frustrated, I've come to terms somewhat, and I'm still cracking on. I'm still never not believing that there's a God. But I've come to terms and understand that most of the things that we do, it's down to our decision making. So basically, people can always say what they want to say. I cannot run. I've tried to run from God. I've tried to run from the existence of God. I've said in the past that there was no God. There wasn't no God. That was way back before I became a Christian. I remember I used to believe in so many different things. I didn't believe in God. And I realized that that's my mistake. I cannot run from something that's true for me. And I think it's deep down in a lot of us. We know that God exists. It's just that whole frustration. A lot of us, we've lost things. We've lost things so precious to us. And we feel like we've been cheated. And it makes people mad. A lot of people, they're more into the practical side of things. They feel like if, God, they believe in something that's in front of them. And if they can't feel God physically, then they don't believe that he exists. So they think we're crazy, whatever. But if you're a Christian and you've had an experience with the Holy Spirit, and you've had an experience with the anointing, then you can attest that, yes, you felt God. And I'm not even going to go deep into that, because it just gets so deep. Because if you don't understand it, it's just gonna be confusing, which is confusing to a lot of people. So people think you're so gullible, you're so ridiculous, you're so nutcase, you don't think. And believe it or not, let me tell you something. Even in my course, doing my psychology degree, my course, which is science is trying to push me away from my beliefs as well, because science does not believe in God, an existence of God. Science is more on what you can prove. So, science, my course, I have to be able to balance and not be driven away by the fact that I'm doing this, and this is an addition to my resume, but it doesn't define me. I just take things from it, but it's ultimately down to my soul. It's ultimately down to the man within me that is going to bring forth what it is that I'm called to do on this earth. But guys, that's really it. Just to clarify that, as a lot of people keep attacking the old faith-based approach, which I'll never stop. I know it's not the most popular thing on YouTube, but I have to be true to me. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? So at the end of the day, if I cannot make it being true to me, then it doesn't really make any difference. It doesn't really make any sense, in my opinion. But again, guys, I don't have a problem with people being opposed to my views and, where I'm coming from. But I just had to explain that not because you see me talk about God means I don't have my challenges. I mean, I'm not even fully out of my frustration. I'm mad. I am mad. I'm upset, of how things have happened the past 2 years. Because it was so unexpected and everything just came crashing down. Everything just blew up in my face. It made me sad. It made me mad, and I questioned God. And I questioned everything. But ultimately, I look into me and I saw where there were so much signs, and I kept going. So we have to learn to look at that. That sometimes the decisions we make ultimately curves our future. And it's about understanding that we just have to brush ourselves off and look at the brighter side, because I've learned a lot. And I am now better for it. Really and truly better for it. I am better for it. I have grown tremendously as an individual. So that's really it, guys. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. And if you've made it this far, please do give this video a thumbs up, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel. Until next time, guys. Hopefully I'm up and about soon. But this pain and this medication been crazy, guys. But I will explain why I had to have my knee surgery and stuff like that in another video. But guys, you do have yourself a wonderful day. Until next time, Godspeed. Bye.